I've played 100 yummy mirror matches, so you guys don't have to. In this video, I've amassed 10 secret tips that from all these 100 matches that I don't think you guys know. Maybe you guys know a few of them, but there's no fucking shot you guys know all 10 of them. So stay tuned for the whole video. Let me know what you guys think, and if this video helps you guys. My intention is to use these 100 videos that I've had, 100 replays I have of all this format, and educate you guys on how to play yummy properly from now up until YCS Vancouver. I am strictly the next 2 weeks. The only videos on my channel will be yummy, yummy, yummy. That's it. To teach you guys everything about it. So if you guys are intending to play yummy this format, you come on my channel every single day. Every 12 hours, there'll be a new video. There's going to be so much information you're going to see from this channel. You guys are going to be commenting down below. Thank you, thank God. Thank you for saving me. But you still won't win YCS Vancouver because I already won that shit. However, if you do want to finish second, I will be amassing and accumulating all this knowledge in a master class this Friday, August 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be going over all of my yummy knowledge in one day. So if you guys want to be there with the most absurd collection and creation and combination of knowledge on yummy you've ever seen in your life, sign up down below to my yummy masterclass Friday, August 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be 5 hours of yummy coaching that we go over my spreadsheet of 25 yummy combos, 100 yummy replays, how to play through Droll, how to play through Fualas, how to play through Prolia, what's the best line through each, what's the best 2-card combos, what happens when you draw Obedience and Kagari, Hornet Drones, what do you do when you draw Cupsy, and what do you do when you draw Hornet Drones, every single thing you can think of, and we go over it together as well. You will get access to the spreadsheet immediately, just so you guys have for the next week. So sign up down below. If you're already a part of my coaching Discord, you get access to the spreadsheet for free. You can also just sign up for the coaching Discord down below and get the spreadsheet, or just one-off get the spreadsheet down below. It's only $40 for over 5 hours of training, 25 spreadsheets, 100 replays. It's a crazy fucking deal. Sign up down below. With that being said, if you guys don't have the money to do it, don't sign up down below. I'm gonna be posting 2 videos a day for the next fucking 2 weeks. So all the knowledge you could possibly think of on this deck, I will be giving away for free as well. But if you just want to be there for the masterclass, I will be showing a few secret things in the masterclass. So go sign up down below. With that being said, let's get straight into this video. This will not be a dueling book replay. This will not be a locals video. We're gonna be going over 10 tips. Tip number 1: what happens when you're going first? You open Obedience School and you open a yummy card. What card should you activate first? There's only one correct answer. You activate Obedience School. Anyone that thinks you should or Hornet Drones. Oh, I'm gonna activate Hornet Drones over Obedience School. That is the stupidest fucking shit I've heard in my fucking life. If you're gonna play Hornet Drones over Obedience School or a yummy card over Obedience School, simply remove Obedience School from your deck. Remove that card from your deck entirely. Because people think Obedience School, so I've seen some videos and I puked in my fucking mouth. Don't play Obedience. If you're gonna play any card other than Obedience School, you're a moron. You play Obedience School first. I'll tell you why. You play Obedience. The downside of playing Obedience School is you're locked into beasts. If you're locked into beasts, that means that you don't get Herald. If you have Herald on turn 0 with your opponent having 6 cards in hand, or if you put out that same Herald when your opponent has 3 cards in hand, it's the same fucking shit. Because of Yummy Surprise and because of how you're gonna organize your chronological order of cards, you will always have a Herald anyways. Whether it's to start the opponent's turn or on the opponent's turn, it's the same fucking shit. It doesn't merit you playing like an idiot to lose to every hand trap known to mankind. So if you start with Hornet Drones, let's say you have Hornet Drones and Obedience School, because this one's at least more questionable. If you open Cookie and Obedience School, obviously you're fucking starting Obedience School. If you have Kagari or Hornet Drones and Obedience School, you're still obviously starting Obedience School, but at least it merits a bit more of a conversation, if that makes sense. So if you have both of them, let's say you start, okay, I'll go Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones, Kagari, Hornet Drones, and that makes it so you're going to go for the Synchro 2 Cupsy to be able to search for your 2 yummy cards, right? Okay, you just made it so Veiler's live, Imperm's live, Purge is way better, Ash is way better. All these hand traps are way better now. They're all live. If you start with Obedience School, okay, with except like first off, I would love them to Ash Obedience School or Ash Engage. I would love that. I would love that. The reason why is because you'd rather your Cupsy resolve, you'd rather your other shit resolve, right? Your main deck Cupsy. If your spell extender that you start with gets hand trap, that's good. Then you do the next one. So if you have Obedience School and Engage or Obedience School and Cook Yummy, activate Obedience School, you already passed the Ash test. Okay, you have 3 monsters. If you go Hornet, Kagari, let's go Kagari, Hornet, and let's say they hand trap the Cupsy, you can there's no yummies in the graveyard. Because there's no yummies in the graveyard, you cannot chain Cupsy Yummy way to put it back into the extra deck to resummon the monsters from the graveyard. You lose the fucking value of the Ritual Beast value that all Yummy Synchros have that you need to leverage to the highest capability. So if you start with Obedience School, you immediately, no matter what, have yummies in graveyard whenever you go for the Synchro 2. So all your Synchro 2s will dodge every fucking hand trap. If you start with Kagari and Veiler's crazy, Imperm's crazy, Ash is crazy, you can't there's still Ash Cupsy, but you can't chain Cupsy. So they'll never, like obviously Ash Obedience School, but as an example, Purge or whatever, you could chain the Cupsy to put it back back in the extra deck, summon 2 bodies from it instead of 1. Like, it's a no-brainer that you need to start with Obedience School. You just play through every hand trap in the game better. Even random hand traps like Phantasme. Let's say they go Phantasme, well, because you'll have Snatchy on the field and 2 level 1s, right? Let's say you go Obedience School, summon 3 Yummies. You turn one of them into Snatchy at the very top. If they go Phantasme, you change Snatchy level 1, go into Cupsy, you only draw 1 and you don't draw 2, put 1 back. That's fucking huge. Next, what if they want to Imperm Snatchy? You have 2 level 1s on the field and a Snatchy. You could chain the Snatchy to quick synchro on your turn, so Veiler Imperm are still dead. The only time you can ever Veiler and Imperm is before the opponent has 2 Yummies on the field. You have 3 immediately. Every hand trap dies when you Obedience School. So anyone that's saying start with Yummy, start with Engage, they simply either lack brain cells or don't know better. They probably mean well, but they just don't know better. You need to start with Obedience School every fucking time, no matter what, when you go first. That's a bit of a yap there, but I really want the information to come across. This is hundreds of matches. If you open Obedience School, if you open a Yummy, if you open an Engage, start with Obedience School every fucking time when you go first. Now we're gonna lead to tip number 2. When you go second, it's the inverse. When you go second, the first card you need to activate is Kagari or Hornet Drones, whatever. They're free. They're free. Let them stop it, interact with it, whatever. You want your Obedience School to be saved as your last push going second, because going second, there's one plan I have for this deck, especially in a mirror match. Now it's a little different because you do have to play around having 2 of your cards booked, because in Obedience School, so it's a bit of a it's a bit different in the mirror match, because if you have 2 monsters booked, Obedience School, that you can't Obedience School or Kagari or Hornet or whatever, you want to save your Obedience School for your last push, and you want to bait your opponent by using cards that they're obviously going to get rid of or pop. So you have to bait your opponent with that, or you put up a Snatchy and like a Yummy and you go Yummy Surprise. You want to be able to save Obedience School for last going second. So it's like tip 2 is the inverse, because going second, if your opponent is wasting all their interactions on each Synchro 2, they're wasting an interaction. Each Cupsy, they're wasting an interaction every possible time you can get to. And then your last card is after you clear your own board, you can even SP yourself. SP stops you from attacking directly, but in the Yummy mirror match, keep in mind they're going to put all their monsters in attack position. So in a Yummy mirror match, you could find a way to SP, banish the field spell, they'll chain some Synchro, you chain SP, get rid of itself, activate Obedience School, special 3 from your deck. You could go into every single combo you want because of your field spell. You take Yummy field spell, says very specifically, Yummy monster you control getting 500 attack for each light beast on the field, not your field. So you could still attack your opponent's monsters that are going to be at, let's say they have a Cupsy in attack position with 0 attack, but it looks like it'll be at 3,000 attack because of their field spell. Well, when you get rid of that field spell, or when they, like an idiot, decide to go into the second field spell, which sucks by the way, which will lead to tip number 3, don't play the second field spell, it's dog shit. They have a monster in 0 attack, and you have all your monsters will be at like 4,000 attack. You don't even have to attack directly to kill them, because you're going to use their own light beasts to boost your Yummies. So Obedience School is actually an OTK card in the mirror match, which is kind of funny. So tip 1, use Obedience School when you go first. Tip 2, use Obedience School as your last extender push going second, because if you do so, it's a fucking bomb they can't deal with. Tip number 3, do not play the second Yummy field spell. Yummy Minion is very important, and without this card, this deck sucks. Yummy Minion is incredible. The other Yummy second field spell, it's a non-required engine requirement. I understand the deck has trouble clearing cards. I totally understand. But the deck already has 1 card 6 interruptions. If 1 card 6 interruptions doesn't stop your opponent, 1 card 7 interruptions probably won't either. Like, the difference of that is so minuscule and win more. If the Yummy field spell wasn't played by the OCG morons that don't know how to deck build, no one will play that card. That card is very overrated. Now, if you want to play the Yummy field spell, the second one, I'm not mad. It's a good card. It's still an okay card. It's an okay card, but it's for sure not necessary. And I would much prefer to play a deck with as little bricks as humanly possible. You want to know what separates Yummy from K9 Vanquish Soul? K9 Vanquish Soul has 5, 6, 7 bricks and has too many 2-card combos and bricks like crazy. Every Yummy card is a 1-card combo, and it has 1 brick if you play the field spell. Yummy Surprise is not a brick, by the way. It's a great extender. I use Yummy Surprise second effect way more than the first effect. The first effect is not necessary. If you're playing 20 non-engine and any 1 Yummy card leads to 6 interruptions, why the fuck do you need more interruptions? Are you using your interruptions like a dumbass? You gotta use your interruptions smartly. So that's the 3rd tip. You could play the Yummy second field spell if you want, but with Crombint, whatever that shit's called, it's good, but again, it's not necessary. If you prefer to play lower to the ground, by not playing the second field spell, you have 20 non-engine, you have 17 absurd 1-card starters, you have 2 absurd extenders slash non-engine in starter. Your only brick is 1 Yummy Minion. Considering that's what distinguishes Yummy from all other decks. Draco Tail is a 2-card engine, basically 2-card combo deck. Some of them's 1-card combo, some of the cards, but it runs a bunch of shitters. It has like 10 bricks in my opinion, but it's okay. It's not bad. K9 Vanquish Soul has like 5 to 10 bricks and it's 2-card combo, a lot of them. Well, Yummy is all 1-card combo with 1 fucking brick. by playing the second field spell, you've now inserted 2 bricks in your deck. 2 cards you would rather not open. I would rather cut that shit to 0, but obviously you need at least 1 field spell. So 1 yummy minion's enough. If you want to play the second for the 1 pop, it's not necessary. Really, it's not. However, if you want to, I don't hate it for it. Like 2 bricks is still very low. Mitsurugi had 7, so 2 is not that bad. Why play 2 when you can just play 1 brick? It's really not necessary. The difference of 7 interruptions or 6 is very minimal, and the way you get over the removal is by having a better extra deck. I've hidden I have 4 secret extra deck cards that I'll be revealing on the Yummy Masterclass that answers the clearing monster problem, allowing you to only play 1 brick. There's a few cards in the extra deck that are just not like, they're good, but they come up once every 100 matches. How many times are you gonna Almarrage or Anima? Almarrage / Anima are like interchangeable, but you don't really need it. There's a few here you don't really need. Typhon, realistically, how many times do you make it? Realistically, Herald, 2 Heralds even win more. Too many people are thinking like pendulum style. You don't need 10 negates to win the game, bro. 5 is more. 5 interruptions is plenty to win the game, especially if you use them correctly. Anything else is just overkill. I'd much prefer the deck be more consistent and way better going second with more non-engine. Tip number 4 is play Almarrage over Anima. This is super minimal, minor, but Almarrage makes it if you play hand traps. If you don't play hand traps, play Anima. But there does come up at times where you could use an Almarrage or an Anima. I'll explain why Almarrage is a little bit better in Anima in a hand trap version. Let's say it's a very simplified game state. Each player has about 3 cards. My cards are Lollipop Yummy, Fualos, and like Imperm or some shit. This is an example. So I'm gonna instead of normal summoning Lollipop, if I normal Lollipop, the play loses to 1 interruption. If I normal Fualos and go into Almarrage and then special Lollipop, I instantly have a free cup C before I actually play anything. I have a free synchro 2 no matter what, because Almarrage is a link 1. Just like that, I have a free synchro 2. So how could you interact? It's like it turns into malice almost. If I summon Fualos and then summon Lollipop, and let's say there 1 interruption is like a hand trap or some shit, how are you gonna hand trap my synchro 2 when it's a grind game and I have a full graveyard? You cannot hand trap any synchro 2. The game's over. So I have missed at times when I removed Almarrage from the deck. It has come up in simplified game states when specifically it's one you want to normal summon 1 of your monster hand traps, and then your other card you have is a Yummy card. So instead of normal summoning any of your Yummy card, because you're gonna have that follow up a lot, your follow up is never like Obedient School or Engage. Obedient School or Engage with a card you activate on turn 0 or turn 1 is not a follow up. You rarely have it as a follow up. Your follow up is typically the card that cups you I try to resolve all 3 synchro 2s, first effects and second effects on the opponent's turn. Always. This is a better tier limit. Your hand's gonna be set up always. On each turn you're playing a lot. So if you're going Cupsy Yummy way on the opponent's turn, that means that you're gonna have a guaranteed Yummy card just as your follow-up. So if you're instead of starting with the Yummy, you start with Fualos, you go into Almarrage, and then you special the Cupsy. That allows you to have 1 extra push. Versus Anima, which only bozos are playing into the Anima column. So the Anima column is redundant, and it won't come up as much as this Almarrage. That's 4 important tips. Tip number 5: Yummy Surprise is not a 1-of. It's not. I thought it was a 0-of. I thought it was a 1-of or a 0-of. After playing it, you need at least 2 of them. The reason why it's the best possible extender, not because of effect number 1. Effect number 1 is the least important of Yummy Surprise. Target 2 light beasts you control, target 2 cards your opponent controls. That's an okay effect. It's a good effect, but I'm not playing it for that effect. This card is like Sprite Smashers and Ryzeal plugin combined in 1. I'm playing it for the Ryzeal plugin effect. Especially Yummy from your hand at grave, non-targeting, but it can attack directly this turn. This shit's fucking insane. Especially when your opponent activates specific cards that might fuck up your, like, I don't know, let's use an example here. Like, you could do some cool shit because it doesn't target. Like, you could chain link 1, your opponent does something, chain link 2, you activate, let's say go for Harpy's Feather Duster as example. You could activate Yummy Surprise, you can chain link 2, chain link 3, you go Yummy Snatchy, synchro your synchro 2 on the field. Like, you don't even bounce back your synchro 2, just synchro it with the 2 level 1s on board. You get a free Herald, and then at the conclusion of that, your Yummy Surprise, because it doesn't it will resolve backwards now, will then special back the same synchro 2 that you just used as a material to make Herald. It's cool that it does not target, because it comes up a lot in that situation where you're able to summon back the synchro 2s and have a free Herald. Yummy Surprise not targeting and specials from hand or grave is fucking nuts, because if your opponent deals, which will lead to tip number 6 here. Tip number 6, but we'll go back to tip number 5 while Yummy Surprise is crazy, is Yummy has a huge problem with dealing with their normal summon. If you Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment, the normal summon, it's tough, because if you start, see, this is why Ghost Ogre is very good. If you do not start with Engage or Obedient Schooled, that implies you do not have Engage or Obedient Schooled. If you begin with Cookie Yummy, for example. So if you begin Cookie Yummy and they Solemn Warning it, well, can't do anything. This is where Yummy Surprise comes in. You're able to special from your hand or grave. So if they banish the Cookie Yummy with like MTP or some shit, you could still Yummy Surprise from your hand or grave. It's an incredible extender. So tip 6 is more on how to destroy Yummy, but also how to be careful if it destroys you. is it has a big problem of normal summoning a Yummy, because if they deal with your normal summon, how the fuck are you special summoning the first 9 cards? It requires you to have a Yummy on the field. This is why having a plethora of 4 engages is very important. Don't just play 1 engage, 1 Hornet. I don't give a fuck if I have a second engage. Engage gets ashed a lot. It's an absurd card to push through stuff. So if your normal summon gets fucked, what are you gonna do? Hope you draw Obedience School? No, by maximizing on your engages and Hornets, you can start with it, and it makes all of these always live. If you stop, if let's say your opponent starts with a Yummy card, I would do whatever fucking possible to put that shit back in their hand, banish it, put it in their grave, whatever, because none of the other Yummies can then special summon, because they require the Yummy on the field. So it's very, very poor to stopping the summon. This is why if they start with the Yummy and you Ghost Ogre the Snatchy, they cannot do anything because that implies no obedience or engage. Which leads to tip number 7, max out engage. I don't give a fuck if you have 2 engages and you only targets Hornet drones. I don't give a fuck, bro. You need to play it. You need to do it. I would play 5 engages if I could. Not even for the draw 1. You will rarely draw 1 with this card. You're playing the engage because you're playing the engage over the Hornet because you're playing 3 engage, 1 Hornet. You don't even need to play the Widow Anchor. It's because engage gets 2 level 1s and a guaranteed cupsy with a special summon. So if your normal summon gets stopped, you will win. Very important. Next tip, there's tip number 7, hand trap or board breaker. While Mitsurugi and Malice is around, you gotta play hand traps. But when they get banned, it's okay to play breakers. I do believe breakers are a bit better against all the new cards, new set cards. But until Malice, if Malice and Mitsurugi are still around, imagine entering a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament with you have 22 non-engine in your deck. You're playing a crazy one card combo deck, and you're telling me you'd rather 22 breakers in your deck than 22 hand traps when you lost the roll against Malice? You crazy? I need hand traps in there against decks like Malice and Mitsurugi. Otherwise, you fucking lose. So until Malice and Mitsurugi get banned, or really fucked on the list, you need to play hand traps instead of breakers. However, once that ban list comes out, feel free to move the hand traps out entirely and play breakers. It's a different format in the OCG. I know they play more breakers. It's a totally different format. So keep that. That's the best advice in my opinion on that. Tip number 8. Yummy has so much non-engine in the deck. Feel free to side 6 fucking traps. There's so many cards for going second. It's an absurd amount of hand traps. If I really want to, I can main deck 22 hand traps and I could side into 25. Or I can main deck 19 and side deck 6 more every time going second. That's a lot of hand traps. So because you're already main decking such a high amount of non-engine, feel free to have 6 slots in your side deck to be 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Solemn Strike, because Solemn cards are crazy this format. Crazy. Use the Solemn cards. You'll be surprised what happens when they summon a Synchro 2. Let's say they start engage and they go into Cupsy and you Solemn it, Solemn Strike it. All right, they're gonna normal summon out Yummy and you Solemn Judgment. The duel's fucking over. Like with 2 cards, the duel's over. Let alone whatever the fuck else you put up. Yummy trap cards are crazy this format. Tip number 9. Charmies suck ass against Yummy. Fuwalos is the only card that's good. It's decent, but it's not crazy. Perulia does jack shit. Do not even side Perulia going first or going second against Yummy. Fuwalos, if they start with Obedience Gold or engage, you could draw up to 4. I full combo through Fuwalos. I ignore that card. I don't give a fuck. If I put up my full combo with 20 hand traps, especially post side when I have 6 Solemns, buddy, you lose. I'll put the full thing up and give you 10 cards if I want. You'll still lose. I did that shit Mitsurugi format. With this is a bit different. Full combo only, like with the exception of Metal Marcher and Herald, which is irrelevant by the way, because you could just, all I try to do against them is I'll guaranteed Snatchy and I'll guaranteed Cupsy. If you already have Cupsy in rotation, you do not need to Cupsy Synchro. So if you have Cupsy in rotation and the only thing you need to make is Snatchy, sometimes you just give them the 1 draw of Snatchy and that's it. Sometimes if you don't have access to Cupsy, you need to go into your Cupsy. That's 2 draws. And if you begin with Obedience Schooled or Hornet Drones, that's maximum 3. They'll get from 1 to 3 draws and you're still ending on so many Synchro 2s and Link 1s that you're gonna end on Herald anyways with Book 2, with Send 2's Quick Play Spell Surprise, with Pop 1 from Cookie. If you play the field spell, you get a pop 1 from that. And at the very end of it, depending on how much cards you open, it also ending on a second Herald. So there's no fucking reason to worry about Fuwalos. Fuwalos is almost stronger, but luckily, Fuwalos could be used on both turns. If your 6th card is Fuwalos, as per usual, everyone knows that always fucking happens, at least to me at least, you're able to use Fuwalos in the draw phase, which then means that you're gonna draw 4 times on your turn as well, which is pretty damn good. Tip number 10. It's a little unserious, but the last tip is Yummy's the best deck. If you look at the problem of every single deck, Malice loses to Lancia, Mitsurugi Ariza loses to Droll. It's in everyone's deck. Yummy loses to nothing. Yummy has no weakness. The weakness is, I'll tell you what the weakness is in a bit, but there's no Droll or Fuwalos or 1 card that obliterates the deck. It's absurdly good as far as no weaknesses are concerned. This is why it's the best deck. It's overall, all around, the best in everything. It puts up 6 interruptions. It plays 20 non-engine. everything's a 1-card starter and 1-card combo deck. You can play 6 traps going first if you want. It's a great matchup versus almost everything. Nothing activates the hand of grave, crazy canine matchup, and there's no card that kills it with 1 brick in the deck, or 2 if you play the second field spell. Actually insane if you think about it. So due to that reason, it's the best deck. There's no weakness, no bricks, no Lancia style card. Wallace doesn't do shit. Nib doesn't do shit. It nibs better than the other hand traps. Still doesn't do shit though. You still fucking lose. It's the best deck, period. If you guys love this style video, I went in depth in this one. Feel free to go check out my channel, down my coaching channel down below, my Metafy, where we do weekly coaching sessions, group coaching sessions. Once you sign up for the Metafy, you immediately get access to all my Yummy spreadsheet and all the spreadsheets I've ever done for Mitsurugi and everything else. As well, if you just would like access to my Yummy Masterclass this Friday, August 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, it's only $40 for 5 hours of coaching, and I answer all your questions. And you'll also be receiving, with the 5 hours of coaching, my Yummy spreadsheet of 20 bet combos, 100 replays on Yummy, and me answering any and all questions that you have and helping you out with your own personal deck list. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys Friday, August 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the Masterclass. Peace!